Hey there and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a skill that's absolutely crucial for any tech pro, subject-verb agreement. Now, I know it sounds like a basic grammar rule, right? But trust me, mastering this is the key to making all your technical writing, from documentation to bug reports, look sharp, accurate, and totally professional. So let me ask you this. You're working with complex code, you're writing detailed specs. In that world, why on earth does one single letter matter so much? I mean, really, what's the big deal about an S at the end of a word? Well, it turns out that one little letter can be the difference between looking precise and professional or just plain confusing. Let's see how. Okay, just take a look at this. On one side, we have the application work. It feels a bit off, doesn't it? It sounds unprofessional, kind of clunky. But then you add one single S and voila, the application works. All of a sudden, the sentence is crisp, it's correct, it's clear. That is the core of what we're talking about today. That's precision. All right, section 1, nouns versus verbs, and what I like to call the confusing S. So why do people get this wrong so often? Well, it's because the letter S has this kind of split personality. It does two completely opposite things depending on whether you stick it on a noun or a verb. Okay, this table really gets to the heart of it. Look, with nouns, it's easy, right? We've been doing this for years. Add an S to make it plural. One file, two files. One server, two servers. But, and this is the big but, with verbs in the present tense, that same S does the exact opposite. It signals that the subject is singular. So plural scripts run, but a single script runs. If you can get this one opposite rule down, you're halfway there. All right, moving on to section 2, building the core rules. Now that we've got that tricky S figured out, let's build out the main rules you'll actually use every day in your writing. So here's the rule, plain and simple. Singular subject, singular verb. Plural subject, plural verb. They have to match. Think of it like this. A single user logs in. See the S on the verb? A single server runs all night. But when we go plural, the users log in, no S on the verb. The servers run all night. You see that pattern? It's that simple. But man, it is the engine that drives everything else. Okay, so what about when you join two subjects with and, like the designer and developer? Well, 1 + 1 = 2, right? So you treat them as a plural and they take a plural verb. They work together. But watch out, there's a little twist. If you throw in the word each or every, everything changes. Those words force you to think about each item individually. So each module and feature is tested carefully. It's singular again. This one is a classic trap. You get these sneaky little phrases that pop up between the subject and the verb. Your eye scans the sentence, you see users right before the verb, and your brain immediately screams plural. But hold on. What is actually ready? It's the list. The phrase of users is just a distraction, so the verb has to agree with list. The list is ready. You have to ignore the noise in the middle and find the real subject. Okay, here's an easy one for you. Gerunds. That's just a fancy word for when a verb ending in ing acts like a noun. When you have an entire activity as your subject, like writing clean code or learning Python, you just treat it as one single thing. And because it's one thing, it takes a singular verb. So writing clean code takes practice. Learning Python is useful. Always singular. Easy peasy. Okay, section 3, quantity expressions and there. Now we're getting into some of the trickier situations, the kind you see all the time in tech reports, analytics dashboards, the real world stuff. We're going to tackle quantity words and those sentences that start with there is or there are. So when you see a phrase like some of, all of, or most of, here's the secret. Just look at the noun that comes right after of. That's your guide. Is that noun singular or uncountable, like code? Then the verb is singular, is reusable. Is the noun plural, like files? Then the verb is plural, are missing. The verb just follows the lead of whatever it's talking about. Now careful here, because this is different from the last rule. When you see one of or each of, it doesn't matter what comes next. The rule is simple. The verb is always singular. Why? Because the real subject is the word one. So one of the reports is incomplete. Each of the modules is tested. This is one of those rules you can just lock away in your brain. It's always singular. Okay, listen up, because this one is a biggie, especially for anyone writing reports or looking at analytics. The number of versus a number of. They look almost the same, but they mean totally different things. The number refers to one specific quantity, a single figure, so it's singular. The number of active users is increasing. But a number just means many or several. It's a plural idea, so a number of users are reporting the issue. Getting this right makes you look so much more precise. Here's another common one: sentences that start with there is or there are. The trick here is that there is never ever the subject. It's just a placeholder. The real subject is hiding after the verb, so you have to look ahead to see what's coming. You see a singular bug coming up, so you say, there is a bug. You see plural warnings down the road, so you say, there are 2 warnings. Always look past the verb to find your real subject. All right, section 4, common mistakes and irregularities. Let's pull everything together and look at the mistakes people make most often, plus a few weird exceptions. Think of this as your cheat sheet for dodging those common grammar traps. So let's do a quick-fire round of common mistakes. You'll see the list of items are ready all the time. Wrong. The subject is list, so it is ready. How about this one? A number of user is reporting an issue. Nope. A number means many, so the users are reporting it. And the classic, there is many bugs in the code. No. There are many bugs. Seeing these patterns is seriously half the battle. You know, English just has to have its exceptions, right? It keeps things interesting. So some nouns end in S, but are singular. For instance, mathematics is useful in data science. Then you have plural nouns with no S at all, like people are using the new app. And here's a weird one. We often treat time and money as a single chunk. 2 hours sounds plural, but we say it is enough time for the workshop. So let's get to the final section, your professional voice. Okay, why have we been geeking out about this grammar stuff? What's the bottom line? It's this. This isn't just about rules. This is about your credibility. It's about clarity. It's about how you sound as a professional. And this is where the rubber meets the road. In your software documentation, you'll write, each module has a purpose. In a bug report, you'll say, a number of users are experiencing problems. In a dashboard summary, the number of failed requests is low. See? It's everywhere. Getting this right sends a powerful message. You have an incredible attention to detail, just like you do in your code. That builds trust. You know, getting details like subject-verb agreement right isn't just about passing a grammar test. It's truly a sign of advanced, professional-level communication in the tech world. It tells people you're precise, you're careful, and you care about every aspect of your work. I just love this thought. Your code is precise. Your documentation should be too. It just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? The same logic, the same precision you demand from your code, that should absolutely be reflected in how you write about it. They're 2 sides of the same coin. So I'm going to leave you with one final question, a little challenge. Sometime today, just find one sentence you've written. It could be in an email, a bug report, a Slack message, whatever. Just check it. Does the subject match the verb? It's such a small, easy thing to do, but I promise, it makes a huge difference in how professional you sound.